Hey, what's up guys, it's Unleash here today, and we are back with another video on Sonic Frontiers. And in today's video, we will be discussing the potential of DLC for Sonic Frontiers. Now in the past, it's clear that DLC has been quite a significant thing for Sonic games. We had it in games like 06, Unleashed, Lost World, Forces, even Mania, and I think that Sonic Frontiers has quite a lot of potential with its DLC options too. So we're going to be talking about that potential in today's video. So, without any further ado, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, let's discuss the topic at hand. Actually, hold on. Just before we get into today's video, let me ask you something. Do you want to be able to create games to play with your friends, but you don't have any coding experience? Well, let me introduce you to today's sponsor, Yahaha Studio. Yahaha is a brand new user-generated content creation platform for 3D multiplayer interactive experiences. With Yahaha, anyone can create and publish their virtual experiences without coding experience or server knowledge. Simply use the available templates, components, and smart assets in Yahaha Studio to make your dream games. Here, I'll show you how to get started. Start off by heading into the asset library and choosing a component. We'll go with the dog for this example. Go ahead and view it in the scene to actually go ahead and place it, and from there you have the opportunity to edit it how you want. You can move it about to set where it'll spawn, and you can even change the object itself. We could have a small dog, or if we're feeling spicy, a big boy dog, and even a long boy dog. Ooh, that is one long boy. To finish off, go ahead and select a community component to give your dog the correct behavior. For this example, we'll make it so we can actually become the dog, allowing for a cool potential hide and seek game. Now we can play test our game by pressing the play button. And we're in! Now to achieve every person's dream of becoming a dog. And boom, we are the dog. As you can see, Yahaha Studio is extremely easy to use, and the possibilities of what we can do are never ending. What's even better is that it's completely free. So, if you'd like to go ahead and mess around with Yahaha, go ahead and click the link in the description or the pinned comment. Right, so for this video, what I'm going to be doing is essentially just giving my thoughts on some DLC options for Sonic Frontiers. And trust me, there are quite a few things that Sonic Frontiers could have in terms of DLC. Starting off with things already existing, which is customization. From what we've seen from Sonic Frontiers so far, and just from the Sonic franchise in recent years, there's been quite a big emphasis on customization in these games. And obviously, with Sonic Frontiers 2, there's some sort of customization options in the game as well. So I want to put in some customization options for DLC. This happened with Sonic Forces and Sonic Colors Ultimate, where with Forces, we got some Sega Pack costumes and even some sort of Shadow costume too. And then obviously with Sonic Colors Ultimate, we got the Sonic Movie Boost, Aura, and obviously the gold and silver wearables. So why not do the same for Sonic Frontiers? Now because Sonic Frontiers is an open world game though, I don't think they should restrict customization to DLC rather than just having it in the game. But obviously once the game is out, if they want to add some more customization, then why not go add it as in DLC? Even if it is free, it's still DLC nonetheless. And they have done it already with the Monster Hunter DLC. We have the new minigame in there, and obviously the new costume for Sonic. And it looks pretty damn cool, so having even more customization options could be very, very good. Maybe having some model swaps here and there. I mean, the 06 model was in some Sonic Frontiers art, so it's clear that it does work with it, so why not chuck it in Sonic Frontiers as DLC? Why not? But if we're not going to get that, then just some things in the past. Similar to the soap shoes, we could have Rider shoes and goggles in there, the Black Knight Gauntlet, Secret Rings Flame, Werehog cleats, I mean, come on. They're all right there, Sega, so go ahead and use them. Right, then for the next possibility for DLC is a harder mode. Now, from what I've played and seen of Sonic Frontiers, it doesn't look to be a very hard game at all. I mean, with combat, you can just create some more rings with the Psyloop, and then cyberspace looks very easy too, with it being quite short. And in general, Sonic Frontiers isn't a very hard game. And it should be clear to Sega that a lot of Sonic fans do enjoy the difficulty in games. So maybe there should be some sort of hard mode in Sonic Frontiers. I know there is a hard mode in the game already, but that only affects combat, so maybe some sort of super hard mode could just make the game in general harder. And some more spikes here and there, punishing you for failing things, making cyberspace stages more harder by removing checkpoints or something, maybe adding lives to the game. Just anything to make the game harder, honestly. I mean, Sonic Heroes has a super hard mode in that game, so they clearly have done it before and can do it again. If I'm being totally honest right now, I just want some difficulty in my Sonic games again. Like, seriously, it's been too long. Lost Worlds had it going, but then we had Mania, Forces, Colors Ultimate, TSR. Not very hard games, if I'm being totally honest with you. So a super hard mode of some sorts in Sonic Frontiers, that would go pretty hard as DLC, not gonna lie. Right, the next DLC option. This is kind of similar to the last one, but it's specifically for cyberspace. I think there should be some sort of DLC for cyberspace, making those stages brutal. A good reference for this would be the Sonic Unleashed DLC. For those of you who played that, you know how brutal and difficult it is. They even throw you loads of lights in those stages because they know how hard those are. And just having something like that for Sonic Frontiers will make cyberspace a lot more bearable. My massive problem with Sonic Boost games recently is that they've been way too easy, except for Sonic Unleashed obviously. But obviously if they don't want to make the game hard for the casuals obviously, then put it as DLC. Add that difficulty for people like me who want that difficulty in the Sonic games once again. Because look at the bright side, Sega. 1, it's optional so the casuals will be affected, and 2, you'll make some money. I mean, you love money, right? So by adding some hard mode DLC or something like that, you'd both be pleasing the fans and also getting yourself some extra dosh. I mean, that works, right? Right then. The next option here is bonus islands. As we know, Sonic Frontiers currently has 5 islands that we know of right now. But who's to say that they can't add more in DLC? The great thing about this is they don't need to make it canon because it's DLC. It doesn't really play any part of the story. And obviously with it being DLC, there's no specific deadline for it to actually be released. If Sega wanted to, they could just go ahead and release some Sonic Forces DLC right now. I mean, there's nobody stopping them. So with Sonic Frontiers DLC, obviously the next game's going to take quite a while to make because obviously it's going to be open world, I assume. So instead of just making a new game entirely, add some bonus islands to Sonic Frontiers. That'd be easy money for you right there. And it means us Sonic fans won't be complaining about droughts of Sonic games. Obviously, don't take away from the development of the next Sonic game just to make this a DLC. If you need these people to go work on the next Sonic game, then go ahead. We're not forcing you to make these bonus islands. Because obviously, making a whole island is going to be quite a lot of work to do. Maybe if you have a B team, then go ahead and use those. But if you have nobody free to do it, then obviously don't do it. Right, then the next point is playable characters. Now with Sonic Forces for example, they made extra playable characters like Shadow part of DLC, giving them both a new storyline and obviously some new stages. So maybe do the same thing with Sonic Frontiers. Maybe add an episode Tails, episode Knuckles, episode Amy, just anything really. Though to be honest with you, I think an episode Knuckles will go pretty hard. Just link it in with the prologue for Sonic Frontiers because we see that includes the Knuckles in there with the Master Emerald, so maybe have something based off of that, but with Knuckles obviously being playable. I think that could be pretty cool honestly. But then obviously you don't retcon the game's story like you did in Sonic Forces, where Infinite was supposed to be a robot, but no, in episode Shadow, he was thought to be an actual person. Right then. For the last option for DLC, now this is probably the least likely here, but I think a multiplayer mode could be pretty cool. Now why do I think this could actually happen? If we remember, there was that one leak where Sonic Frontiers was originally supposed to be some sort of battle royale, where you could make your own OC and then there was Classic Sonic in there too, but yeah. And there was some sort of multiplayer aspect in there, along with some sort of reward system. And I think as DLC, for Sonic Frontiers that could work, though I don't see really how it could work honestly. I mean, maybe have some sort of cyberspace races in there, who knows? Could have some sort of tournament mode in there where you have to beat certain people to reach the top of the league. Kind of like Sonic Forces Speed Battle, but obviously a lot better with the trophy system. But yeah, like I said earlier, I don't think this will happen because this is more of a separate game kind of thing. Maybe have this as like a separate game or something. Basically, the console version of Sonic Forces Speed Battle. Maybe have this as that instead of having it launched into Sonic Frontiers when it doesn't need to be. Anyhow, I do think some sort of multiplayer thing for Sonic could be very good. Whether it be Battle Royale, racing, just anything really. Anyways, that about does it for today's video. So yes, I believe that there's a lot of potential for DLC in Sonic Frontiers, and could make us fans happy and obviously get Sega a lot of money, but obviously it's all down to what Sega want to do. If they want to capitalize off Sonic Frontiers' success and be smart obviously, then give it DLC. But if they think that DLC wouldn't work for Sonic Frontiers, then be dumb and don't do it. There's 2 options here really. But what are your guys' thoughts on this topic? What are your guys' ideas for DLC in Sonic Frontiers? Let me know down below. I'd love to see what you guys have to say. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, especially that last one. Don't forget to become Unleashed by pressing that join button down below. Remember, it's not necessary. And I'll see you all next time. Peace!